appreciated. If you're not, welcome back. All right, here we go. What's up? Say hey, everybody. Been a minute. Been a minute. What's going on, gang? I see we got a couple people in the chat already. What's up? What's up? Lots to talk about. I haven't been here since I think game week 2, so I don't want to spend too much time on intros. I kind of plan on making this a little bit of a not a state of the union, but more or less that, just talking about what's actually going on in Sorare NBA, and I want this to kind of be a standalone um, video. So, going to be a little different than a lot of my normal live before locks, but could be the same in that it might get chaotic. I think we have most of the news that we're waiting on, but we just got news that Giannis is now questionable due to illness. That could change the entirety of my lineups because I have Giannis in my advanced tournament lineup. So yeah, things might get chaotic. So yeah, let's do it. All right. I think everybody who's going to be here at the beginning is here. So let's get to talking. So Caitlin kind of said it. Sentiment seems super low. It seems like a great time for me to get in the NBA. I do think it's a good time to get in. I think prices are starting to drop. So from that perspective, it is. The big sentiment that I am seeing and feeling is that this game is too hard. The rewards have been nerfed. The supply is down, so thus the supply they can give away is down. So that makes it much harder to win prizes, which from a sentiment standpoint is bad because you get people who are playing the game and feeling like they're not getting anything out of it. I've kind of felt that way since game week 1. I won a De'Aaron Fox for finishing 10th in week 1, and then I've won like some tier 4s, tier 5s. I won a tier 3 this week since then. I think all of my cards outside of that first game week have been an underdog. So yeah, it's been tough. So from a sentiment standpoint, if you're not winning things and you're paying for all these cards, then it feels, kind of worthless. Unless you've been playing the long term, the in-season tournament thing and having success, which I have, and it has given me, incentive to spend. It's given me incentive to play. It's been fun, but I'm not winning prizes week after week. But after last game week, I was in 6th, and I was like, wow, I could win $1,200. And I had a rough past week. I was kind of punting it because there were so few games, and I just didn't have the manpower to get it done. And then I dropped to 36, and now this week I'm going into it. I'm like, all right, well, I got to do this. I got to do this. I bought, I think, 4 cards, and I think I'm using 2 of them because my lineups just shifted. And then now with the Giannis news, I might just have to swap. I have to just swap Lillard in, but I mean they're playing the Wizards, so I think if it's just Lillard versus the Wizards, then he could have a huge game, and it doesn't really matter what his L10 is. Anyway, so I love the aspect of the long-term tournaments. I think people are going to feel very bogged down by this game until they win anything from that, until they win anything from the long-term tournament. So I'm kind of in a wait and see. We also got communication from So Rare recently that they're kicking around the idea of a different prize system or a different type of prize in Rare, which is where the game is effectively, if you're going to say it's broken, that's where it's broken. The drop off in Rare supply is so great. It's 1/10 from last year. So now we're getting an extremely scrunched prize pool. I actually meant to pull up, and maybe I liked it, and maybe I can show y'all, but someone did a study on the amount of points above the L10 on average that you need now to win a prize. I'd have to go back and find it, and I don't want to just sit on here and look and look and look, and it doesn't seem as if I did like it. I may have posted it. I'm gonna check one more place kind of as I'm looking. But this is kind of a segue into my more overarching point about what's going on in NBA. Yeah, I can't find it. But so really quickly, oh, there it is. Actually, I just found it right here. All right. I'm not used to switching between things, so bear with me. Where's my Discord? Okay, here it is. And this was done by Benoit R. Um, let me know if y'all can see it. Okay. So this was done by you know, season season 2, what it to where. In Contender, it takes way less to win a tier 1, which is a great like, that's a really good thing. You need, you know, 5 less points per player to win a tier 1. That's a great experience. On the bottom end, you need 6 more players per person. You need 20 above L10 generally from every player in your Contender lineup, which, doesn't have all those stars. You need that much more just to win a tier 5. So this then kind of begets the question, what do we really want? Like, what do we really want from the prize structure? And I don't see anything he did on Champion. I imagine it's a little different. But so in terms of our experience, is it a better experience for everybody to win more tier 5s? In NBA, it might be because, come April, all of a sudden, like your tier 5s could be worth a ton. They could do a lot for you. Um, in terms of experience, yeah, just winning prizes is great. But winning tier 1 prizes is much better and much more fun. So if that is easier, then essentially it's a win. But, not that many people are experiencing this. So I think just across the board, the experience is probably the same. It's just like you have to you have to have your luck. And if you don't have your luck, it's probably miserable because you're not even just getting like crumbs. I think that's where the sentiment and the reality and the numbers kind of disengage, or I don't know, dissonance is where I was going. But so yeah, that's tough. Here's where things get hairy. We still don't have a club shot. We still don't have coins. We still don't have collection bonuses, which, mind you, if you played MLB, they were about to launch it. Everyone was like, that ain't right. And they were like, all right, we pulled it back. It'll be ready by the start of NBA. We're heading into the second month of the season. Sorry, we're headed into the third month of the season. We're headed into the second full month of the season. We still don't have these. And not even having coins makes it like you're just blanking on a lot of game weeks, and that's not a good experience. Like at least coins, you're like, all right, I'm working towards something. I'm a little closer to an NBA store gift card or NBA League Pass or something like that. You start to feel like you're gaining something, and we don't have that currently. And not only do we not have that, we were promised that at some point, and we got an announcement, and Sorare has done this so many times. We got an announcement basically saying like they're coming, and I think collectively, especially if you play across all sports, like you're sick of that. You're sick of announcements about upcoming announcements. And to make matters worse, it's an announcement kicking the can down the road on something that we were told we would have a month ago. And I don't know about y'all, but like I just finished a Warriors 2022 collection, hoping that I would get a little bonus. And now every week that I don't have it, I'm like, all right, cool. I have a bunch of 34 and 35-year-olds, and I might not get to capitalize on this bonus. And now it's just feeling like a bunk investment, especially as 2022 cards get even less and less valuable in the 2023. Part of it's just maybe that wasn't a great investment on my part, but I was buying Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga at the start of the year, so I'm like, "Let's piece it together, and I'll get a Steph Curry, I'll have another star, this, that, and the other." So, but it was just that we were told we would get it, and we get another announcement that's like, "It's coming." And it's funny, I talked about this a little bit. Um, we all really wanted transparency out of So Rare, and we're like, "Yeah, great, transparency, we love it." And I even told I got the chance to talk to, John at So Rare and Damien, and I was like, "You guys are doing a great job of transparency and letting us know what's going on ever since, the issue was raised." And now I'm almost like, "Please just be less transparent at this point because you're kinda showing your ass." Um The transparency is basically telling us, like, we still have not implemented something that basically should be a copy and paste job from soccer, and not only did we screw it up once, we're now taking even longer to implement it in a game that we promised you would have it for by the beginning of the season, and it's just like, "What are y'all doing?" I If you're gonna be transparent, tell us why we don't have these things, because between the sentiment of, like, "I can't win anything," and the sentiment of, "You're not doing anything," it's really a bad look. It's really a bad look, but the experience is actually better. Like, you're able to win more tier 1s. The long-term tournament is great. We have more utility in that tournament. We have more utility in the form of underdog, which I know doesn't get people incredibly excited, but I just wanted Nikola Vucevic for 26th in um in underdog. So like if you have the bodies, it's helpful. I'm gonna turn this light off really quick because I'm glowing. So yeah, now we're going dark mode. Um, that's kind of where I'm at. I I think the product is better than it was. I also think we're absolutely getting boned, for lack of a better term. Like we are past the point of excuses. We are past the point of sitting on our hands. And when I say our hands, I mean their hands. They're sitting on their hands, or so it seems, and we're not getting what we need. And I think we're in a bad place. And I think we find ourselves in a bad place far too often with these two games. I do want to make it very clear that there are things behind the scenes that we are not privy to and can't be privy to, like approval from the NBA and approval from MLB, which I know is an issue with like having action shots on the cards and licensing and um, special edition cards have to run through the leagues. I don't know why, but they do. And I don't know why collection bonuses would be something that needs to be run by them, but I could be wrong. And I don't want to sit here and rail against these people who make a product that we all very much enjoy and be totally wrong and putting more pressure on them that is undue. But that's where the transparency thing comes into mind. Like, if you're gonna be transparent and be like, "Hey, we're working on it," like, tell us why we don't have it, because I feel like I've been lied to multiple times. And it's like it's like if you know a person and they're problematic and they're constantly like being selfish, and then one day they're like, "Listen, I understand the error of my ways. I need to be more forthcoming. I need to be more giving." And you're like, "Wow, cool. You really turned a corner." And then every time you talk to them, they're like, "Yeah, I did this and I should have done this, and I'm not good enough right now. I'm not holding up my end of the bargain." And then you're like, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. You recognize it. Great. You're working on it. And then the next time you see them, they've got another excuse. And then the next time you see them, they've got another excuse. And the growth isn't happening. And eventually you just lose trust. And that's what's going on. Like, trust is the big thing. Transparency is great if you trust what someone's saying. And at some point, we need to hear why. Like, unless you're going to implement things, like, tell us why. They did implement like an auto trainer, and my first use of it, it didn't work. Wasn't very good. I just went back to NBA Jet and did it that way. So, I mean, they're trying, but on the main game implementations, it's not good enough yet. And the transparency is almost embarrassing. And it's a little strong. It's just I don't really have another word for it. Like, it's not helping. It's probably hurting more than anything. So, all right. So that's my feeling on the state of things. I'm gonna run a quick projections update, and then we are going to look at the updates on the Sorare FP app that you will see very shortly. We are about to submit to Apple and get sign off on this, and it will then be in the store, and you will have them. Currently, you do not. You're going to see a production version of this. Let me just update really quick. I'm starting to think that I might just have to swap in Dame for Giannis because I don't think I'm going to get an answer on whether or not Giannis is going to play before this 2:30 lock. So I don't love that. Update coming. If you have the app, you just got the update. So, all right. Um, Caleb, I think it's fine to have started buying cards. Like, you can still have fun with the game. It's just like they just got to do better. You just got to do better, man. It's disheartening, and this is a feeling that we felt a couple of times. So whatever, it's not bad. I still have fun. It's just there are issues, and they seem to continue to be. All right, let's dive into the app. If you are a beta tester, you can update, and these are live. But let's show y'all what's going on here. I gotta like sync this up. I have a really rough way of doing this, but if you have, if you're watching this on delay, thank you for staying through the rant, and hopefully you enjoy what's going on with the app. Screen sharing, please. Mhm. All right, there we go. Okay, let's share. Okay, Santa's Boys really quick says aim to move up to rare, having fun with limiteds. Yeah. So again, I think the issue is with rare. I think the big issue is with rare. And they do find a different payout. We're still just seeing the spin. Hmm, let's try this again. I think a threshold would help. Yeah, it's just okay. There we go. I don't think they can afford it. and like I think they would stand to lose more unless they set it really high. Like if they made it, top 20% and they knew how much they were giving out per week and could handle it that way, I think it's fine. So, yeah, I think a threshold would be great, but I don't see them doing it. I forget what I said. I think I said I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was. But okay, let's take a look at the app. And I keep refreshing the projections on accident. I'm going to go panel by panel as we lost it. And I'm going to show you all what's new. Okay. So, if you're unfamiliar, $10 a month, you can subscribe through the app, or you can um, you can go to patreon.com/SorareFP, sign up there, get access to the Discord, and then you can sign into Patreon through the app. So, okay, here we go. So now this was not available before. It's going to be very shortly. If you want to learn more about a player in the gallery page, I'm going to click on Shea here. It's going to take me to his scores. You have right here on the bottom the running score tab. And very shortly, we are going to add a trend line for not a trend line, but just a line to show you where his L10 is. So, like if it's coming in, if it's low and say it's like 46, it's going to be below all of these. And you're going to be like, oh, so he's outperforming that L10. And you have it up here already, basically, where, he's got an L10 of 53, and the distribution of his scoring a lot of times can be way up here. It's something that I've used elsewhere, and I find it to be very, very helpful, and then you can toggle between L10, L15. I went up to L40, so you're seeing, like, over a 40-game trend, it's gonna be a little less. Over the last 20, it's been a little more, full season, and then basically 100 games, or maybe less so if you saw how little it was. Okay, so yeah, you can do that for everybody. You can see upcoming games. We're getting it sorted out where this will show like the actual teams that they play. Additionally, we are going to have a projected L10 for the next game week at some point. So that is coming down the line. All right, headed over to the lineups tab. Kind of the same thing here. You are seeing who is playing who, and you're seeing a box that denotes whether or not it's home or away. Um, the box means home. Additionally, if you click over here on the score boxes, you'll get the same thing I was just showing you. But for a guy like Giannis, if you see denoted here that he has the medical check, if you click on it, you'll get an update. And, this is we just recently learned he was questionable. It hasn't updated in the app yet. Runs every hour or so. But yeah, you'll get news that way as well. So here's the big one. Here's my lineup where now I've got Dame, and I'm just gonna put well, I'm gonna put Giannis in first just because I don't want to change. So right here, and I hope everyone's listening because this is the good stuff. Right here, next to the word advanced, you see this little send button. You click that, it's gonna send the lineup straight to Sorare. It works. I use it often. I use it every week. It is a godsend. It does indeed send your lineup to Sorare. So you can then go through, you can create another lineup, yada, yada, yada. You hit that button, it'll go straight to Sorare. Your lineup will be uploaded via the API. No more having to toggle between apps. No more having to hold the app up while you go on the screen and click the same guys. direct send, and that will be, coming to MLB as well. We are working on an auto trainer, like I mentioned with NBA Jet, and like I did say that So Rare recently added. You're going to be able to do that from the app sooner than later as well, but we don't have it implemented. Okay, moving on to the projections tab. New look, and we have it denoting. So for Jokic, it's going to say his upside is the number two ranked. It's behind Stanley and Mude, whose per 100 possession numbers are insane. So that's why you have that going. Um, I seem to have locked my possession or my projections. Okay, there we go. Back to it. Okay, so it'll show you their points added, their total score, and then this is just the median points added, median score. And right here, you get their last 3 days sale in ETH, and then you'll get it. It's in Europe currently. We're gonna have to figure out a way to make that changeable depending on your fiat. And then you can change that by going up here to the limited tab if you want rare prices, there you go. If you want super rare prices, there you go. If you want unique prices, you're insane. And there you go. If you want to pay $62,000 for Nikola Jokic, that was his last sale. So additionally, here at the bottom, you can change the max L10, which will be shown up here. You can drag it down, say you need one more player. I need a 24 or lower. Slide it down. We'll just have it 25. Here's everyone at that L10. Here's the rare price if that's what you want. Say you're looking for limited, just go back to limited. There you go. So say I've decided that I want Clay Thompson. I'm going to click Clay Thompson, and here is what is on sale: limited, rare, super rare, unique. This was just kind of changed. We we initially had every card of every scarcity listed on the market and show a countdown. That will kind of come back to where you can change what you're seeing a little more, but right now it's just gonna show you the lowest price on the market. But you can do that for anybody, and also we'll have to add a toggle for, 2022 versus 2023. So that is in the projections tab, and then over in the live tab, you can't see anything yet because, you know, we don't have anything live. So that's that. Like I said, we are going to be submitting that to the Apple Store probably tomorrow. And then that should be available for update, hopefully by the time you're watching this, if you're watching it on delay. But very, very shortly, we'll tweet it out when it's available. We'll probably clip and post this video about what's coming to the app on YouTube, on Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, it's just getting better. I'm very, very proud of what we have. I'm obviously proud of our projections, which I am also tweaking. I'm working on my simulation system as well. We're just adding more and more to the app. And like I mentioned, the send straight to so rare thing is a game changer. Something we were told could not be done, and then we saw it be done. And shout out to Cat No Sweat. He had it implemented in a day, and we were off and running. And I've been using it for a couple of weeks. We've been sorting out the rest of the app and getting it ready to bring to the market. But it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Really proud of it. So Um, let's see. How much time we got before lock? I might wrap up there unless anyone's got any lineup questions in the chat. Oh, we got an hour left. I got an hour to decide on the Giannis thing. Let's see. Donovan Mitchell practice. That's good. Yes. Okay. So yeah. Um, unless anyone has any other questions, I'm probably going to get out of here. Um, I'm hyped about the changes. I do think if we just get the things in the game that we need, um, I think the sentiment will go up. Again, Did I lose sound by chance? Can y'all still hear me? I gotta make sure. Check, check. Yeah, okay, it's still there. My app's telling me that I'm not coming through, but, um, yeah, I think we're getting there. I think the experience is still good. It's not as good as it could be, and that's what I'm worried about. We're doing everything we can on our end, to provide y'all with everything that you need. It's just it's been tough, um, watching Sorare kinda drag their feet on things. It's rough, so, not happy about that, but we are alright. Anything else? Give y'all in the chat a couple minutes, or a couple seconds rather, before I get out of here. Otherwise, $5 per month for the projections on desktop. If you want, Google Sheets, you can get it that way. Patreon.com/SolarFP. If you want everything else, including the app and the Discord, that is $10 a month. Again, at Patreon.com/SoRareFP. Or if you wanna just sign up for the app, not worry about Discord yet, you can go through the app and just have it charge your Apple account $10 a month. That will unlock everything as well. Alright? Alright. With that, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna figure out whether or not I am playing Dame or playing Giannis, and then hopefully we can make up a little more ground in the old in-season tournament? Boy, yeah, going from 6th and potentially $1,200 to 36th and only winning $400 is kind of a kick in the pants. I'll take $400. Like, if you're gonna tell me I'm gonna drop, I'd take that, but alright. Okay, I will see y'all next time. Hopefully it won't be as long between shows. It's been tough. Working a desk job away from my house made things a little difficult, so hopefully I can get 1 day of remote work, and then we can talk, at least 1 day a week. Until then, find me on Twitter at SoraFP or at Lex Hooper, and then patreon.com/SoraFP again for the app and all of the goodness there. We will talk to you. Thanks for tuning in.